Namaste and very hearty welcome to all of you to this high intensity Thursday Satsang. And we are having this series of learning the lessons from different sources. So today I'm going to share with you lots of very important lessons, not from a single source. These lessons have come to me over the period of years and from different sources. Sometimes I may know the source, sometimes I may not know because the life itself is teaching in 1,000 different ways. And that is the point. These are all life lessons. So as we grow, so life is teaching us in 1,000 different ways. And one of the lessons I learned early in the childhood is if something is bothering you, if something is troubling you, if you are not happy with certain aspect of your life or with some dimension of your life, then be absolutely sure that you need to learn that. Only by learning you will be able to overcome that trouble. And there is no other way in life. Absolutely no other way. This lesson really helped me a lot in my life. Every time I will face the issue, this lesson reminded me that I need to learn something and I will go all out to learn. Sometimes I took help of some mentors, some trainers, counselors. Sometimes I went to my gurus, all spiritual gurus. So many different gurus I went. Sometimes I discuss with my friends, my family members. But somehow I learned that aspect of life and the issue was sorted out. When it happened for 100 times, okay, every day, few times it used to happen in my childhood. This lesson became absolutely certain for my life. And ever since then, I had been actually practicing it. Even today, if something is bothering me, I find out what is it, learn the lesson, and things are out. See, those days, internet was not available. I'm talking about my childhood. Internet was not available. I had to go to library sometimes to refer to the books and all. Travel a lot. Then take the books to the Xerox center, okay, for photocopying. It was tough. Today, if I want to learn something, if I don't know, okay, very easy thing. Go to Google, go to ChatGPT. There are so many other websites available where you can learn. And there are so many LMS platforms where I can actually register for any program and learn whatever I want to learn. That has made life much easier. See, all these things are available to everybody. But for many people, life is difficult for one simple reason that they are not willing to learn. And that's the only difference. So, a very big lesson from my own life, which I'm still learning almost every day. Learning something new. Okay. Today morning, I was reading the book on marmas, 107 marmas. Okay. And now, tomorrow, I'm going to read a book on nadi, how to check the nadi, Ayurveda nadi. I'm learning some new things because something is useful for the life, for the health. One must learn. Learning is a continue, right, until the last breath. Okay. See, when Corona struck, I had no idea about what Zoom is. Okay. First time we came to know, attended some program by some other trainers and all, and like the idea of online teaching, and we learned about the online teaching. Not only that, we learned about the online teaching. I actually joined few classes, took help of few mentors, and learned lots of digital skills. In 3 months' time, and in the fourth month, actually, I launched the certificate program in digital skills. And so many people learned digital skills in our classes. Which means what? At any age, it is possible to learn whatever you want to learn. And that is the way to sort out the problems of life. That spirit of learning is something that I learned much early in my life. The spirit of problem solving is in the spirit of learning. And those who don't learn, they don't grow, and their life does not improve. So that's the point. And they keep on cribbing about the same old issues. Why? Actually, they are not learned. Very big lesson. Okay. In fact, this is not part of the syllabus for the day. Today, I have created a presentation for you to go very systematically. But this AI tools not accepting your command and all that triggered me this one lesson, which is part of me actually. Okay. Okay. Before I open my presentation, I'll tell you one more lesson that I have learned. And this lesson was confirmed by none other than our Moksha Guru Sri Mavatar Babaji. I had an inkling, but I was not sure. So one fine morning, early morning, 4:30, I was in Bengaluru at that time, sleeping, and Mavatar Babaji appeared. And he gave me the whole knowledge of Prem. And one of the biggest lesson I learned during that meeting with Babaji, which I'm going to teach you in a great detail, every first Sunday of the month, classes will start at 8 a.m. IST, Indian Standard Time, 8 a.m. Why this time is selected? Because this time is more suitable for Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, and part of US. So most of our international audience is unhappy with me because all our programs are in the evening and it's not very convenient for the international audience. So 8 a.m. IST is the most convenient time for most of the people world over. Except I think New York and UK, they may be a little unhappy, but otherwise, all of us Sunday morning, if you can get up early, 8 to 9, 1 hour program will be there. And that program is titled as Heart to Heart Talks. Many of you have joined, almost 100 people are there today in the group. And I'm going to talk about love, relationships, intimacy, and answer all your questions based on the lessons that I learned from Sri Mavatar Babaji on Prem. So one lesson I will share with you today with this announcement. The lesson I learned is only 2 words. What are those 2 words? Love heals. No matter what is your problem, all the problems, if you see the root cause of the problems, the disease, the issues, the psychological troubles, everything, somewhere the lack of love is actually triggering those issues. Very fundamental teaching of Babaji, okay, Premar. I'm going to share in great details with you Sunday morning. First program will be on 2nd November, Sunday, 8 a.m. Open to all, absolutely free of cost. All are welcome. You can invite your friends also. The Zoom link is already been posted on the group. Okay. So, love heals. That is one of the most fundamental lessons that I learned. And every time somebody comes for counseling, for healing, I understand somewhere, the person has not received love, and that becomes the fundamental issue, and it reflects in 1,000 different ways in the life. But the root cause, you will find, it's lack of love. And so, we need to learn how to receive love and how to give love. Very fundamental lessons. All human beings must learn. All human beings must learn this lesson. How to receive love, how to give love. How to be love. How to become love. Different aspects of it. As we go deeper, we'll understand. But you see, people who did not receive love in their childhood, early childhood, those are the people who get into the troubles, they get into the addictive behavior, sometimes they become criminals. So the bad elements that we get in our character is because of lack of love in our childhood. Maybe a very strong statement for some, but the fact is fact. That is the fact. Even the scientific research shows that those children who did not receive love, those are the people who are likely to get into the addictive behavior or they become criminals. This is scientifically proved. Lots of data on this. Okay, so it's not about the addiction or about criminals and all that. What I'm telling you is normal, average, good human being also have some mental health issues. And it's a big subject today, all over the world, mental health. Most of the time you will see the mental health issues are because of lack of love. And those people, if they start receiving love, whatever the aspects are there, the deficit factors are there, if those are sorted out, suddenly tremendous growth will happen. Absolutely unbelievable, absolutely unimaginable growth will happen in the life. Because those are known as the bottlenecks. And love is the most fundamental bottleneck of life. See, I come across thousands of people, so many people, almost every day. I'm in front of the people, talking to groups. Sometimes I feel there is no warmth in the communication. Okay. Sometimes it's very difficult to connect to people because the people don't even look into your eyes. They are so distracted. They are so unhappy with their own lives that they don't even look into the eyes of a person. Sometimes if I look into the eyes of the people, they feel very threatened with my look. Well, such a loving person. I don't know why people feel so threatened when I look into their eyes. Of course, I can read the person if I look into the eyes. But I'm there for healing, not for hurting anybody. But you see, those who have not received love, they have very low self-esteem also. So love, lack of love and low self-esteem. More issues. Lots of mental issues, lots of relationship issues. See, for example, husband did not receive enough love in early childhood. Most likely. Okay. Parents are busy, resources are less, both are working, child did not get enough attention. Suppose same thing is the wife. Now these two persons, one boy and one girl who did not receive love in the childhood, got married. You know what will be the marriage? Literally, it will be like two beggars with the begging balls begging from each other. That is the condition of the marriage. Two beggars with the begging ball begging from each other. That will be the condition of the marriage. Both want love, but both don't know how to give love. And that is the issue. Both want love, but both don't know how to give love. Why? Nobody taught. Again, the fundamental issue is you need to learn. Unconsciously, our culture is teaching us how to build the barriers or the seats or the armors around ourselves so that we don't receive love. Subconsciously, we are learning wrong things from the culture, and those things are building the barriers, layers and layers of barriers, so that if we meet some loving person, okay, see, I consider Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji is one of the most loving person on the planet Earth right now, whom I know. I know more than 1,500,000 people. Okay. 300,000 plus people are my students worldwide. Those are 35 years I have met those many people. And many of them I keep meeting. They may not be here on online platforms. Okay. Many of my old friends who are staying in villages and all, whenever I go there, I meet them. Even after 10 years, they recognize me. We share a cup of tea. They are not online. They are not using smartphones, but they are there. Some of the most wonderful people from my childhood. I still keep on meeting. So if you meet a person like Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji, who is love incarnate, तो प्यार का सागर है, that is meant for him. It was written by him, but it is meant for him from my side. प्यार का सागर, the ocean of love, love incarnate. If you meet such a person and you have a lot of barriers, those barriers that you have built around you will not allow you to receive the love from the master. That is the problem. And unconsciously, we are building more and more barriers. Let me tell you a few barriers and then I'll open the presentation. Let more people join. 30 people are here. Okay, this is a gupshup, but very important lesson. I'll be sharing these lessons on Sunday mornings, first Sunday of every month, 8 a.m. IST. So what are the barriers? Say, for example, if I criticize love, okay, just casual criticism of love, unknowingly, I'm building a barrier around my body, around my being, and that barrier will not allow me to receive love. Why? There is a very fundamental law. Whatever you appreciate will come to you. Whatever you criticize will go away from you. Now I'm criticizing the very fundamental law. What will happen? The love will go away from my life. I'll not be able to receive love. Even if I meet a great man, Pyar ka sagar, I will not be able to receive. Why? Because I'm criticizing. So those people who criticize the right things, the good things of life, the good things of life will go away from them. What is the fundamental law? Whatever you appreciate will come to you. Whatever you criticize will go away from you. So love, the most fundamental healing energy on the planet Earth, is something to be appreciated. If you appreciate, you'll get more. If you criticize, you'll go. Another thing, our value system. What are your highest values and what are your lower values? So you have to write down what is it that you value in your life. Okay, to make it clear, let me show you my list of values. The highest on my list is freedom. Below that is love. So love is the second highest value for me. My freedom is highest. Okay, so that I have the freedom to love. But I can't compromise higher for the lower, which means what? I can't compromise freedom for love. Why? Even the love will go away if I have no freedom to love. So this clarity of value system has to be there. Compassion, gratitude, appreciation, all this will come on the list. So below the love will be gratitude, below that will be compassion, below that will be appreciation, friendliness, lots of other things will be. Truthfulness, honesty, integrity, humility, simplicity. These are the values on my list. So lower values can be sacrificed for the higher values. Higher values cannot be sacrificed for the lower values. So priority of the values has to be very clear in your list. And if you can do that, your life will be very, very clear. You can live your life with a lot of integrity. So love is missing, big way in the world. Integrity is also missing. You know what is integrity? Mana vacha karmane means what? Whatever you think, whatever you talk, and whatever you do. Thinking, talking, doing. There should be harmony among all these three aspects. Congruency among the three aspects. Which three aspects? thinking, talking, doing. Mana vacha karmane susangatita. Susangatita means congruency, harmony, same thing. That is called integrity. Now, love can heal any body mind issue or disease. But integrity can make impossible possible. Okay. If you feel something in your life, you feel it's impossible. Then try this congruency and you'll see the impossible things become possible. Extraordinary insights, right? Now, if we don't build the barriers around us which prevent the love from reaching to us, probably we will become capable of receiving love. See, I was wondering, as a scientist, I do a lot of research with people, okay, actual data. What I find is most of the people on the planet Earth are not capable of receiving love. This may sound very funny to you, but I'm a scientist and I don't make a loose statement. Understand this thing. I'm not a philosopher. Okay. I'm a scientist. So there is not a loose statement. It's a proven statement, scientifically proven. Most of the people are not capable of receiving love. Forget about that. Sometimes our Indian cultural conditioning is so bad, people are not even capable of accepting simple compliments. See, for me, appreciating something is very, very common. So, one lady came to our center for the first time. Young lady, she was wearing a wonderful dress. So, in a casual manner, my sense of appreciation was that I said, "You look very gorgeous in this dress." And she looked at me as if I was a roadside Romeo. That's the mindset. I could see from her look as if, I had some bad intention. No, when I appreciate something, it's just appreciation. I don't have any bad intention behind it. But that's how the cultural conditioning works, which means what? People are not able to receive even compliments. Forget the love. Love is a much deeper thing. Your biasing, your cultural conditionings, your past experiences are all guiding your perception. And your perception is colored with your past conditionings, and that's why you are not available in the moment to a simple thing like a compliment or love. Everybody getting this thing? These are the big lessons. I'll be talking on Sunday morning, 2nd November, 8 a.m. Okay, this is not a topic for the day. This is the topic for the 2nd November, Sunday, 8 a.m. IST. And all the people who join from different parts of the world, I have put your timing also in the Zoom link. So make it easier for you at what time you need to join. All right. So welcome back. We are now starting the high intensity Thursday Satsang life lessons from various sources today. I'll share the presentation. We'll go very systematically. So this is specially made for today's session, so that I keep track of what I'm talking, and you can also write down what are the lessons. We'll go systematically. It's all about life lessons, and this is not like Mahabharata or Bhishma Pitama that we had last time. These life lessons are my own life lessons. How did I learn? I learned from many sources. Wherever the source is known, I will tell you. If it is unknown, maybe the life taught you. Maybe you taught me. Maybe some people taught me. So maybe a situation taught me. Okay? But lessons are important, and that's the point. All right, life lesson 1. Treat everyone the way you would like to be treated. Treat everyone the way you would like to be treated. See, what is the underlying message of the lesson? you want to be treated in a certain manner, right? That's what everybody believes. Okay. If I go to a meeting, people should welcome me, people should respect me. Okay. And person like me also expected there should be at least a cup of tea before the meeting. Everybody has one's own criteria, right? How you want to be treated. Correct or not? The lesson says whatever you like, other people also like the same way. So you learn the lesson of treating the people the way you would like to be treated. Say, for example, you go to somebody's home, how you would like to be treated. Okay. Treat them or whosoever comes to your home in the same way. If you go to somebody's office, how you would like to be treated. If somebody comes to your office, treat them in the same way. Okay. And if you understand this simple lesson, you can create miracles. Okay. See, it's very simple statement. You may not understand the depth. Let me tell you the depth of it and how the miracles are created with such a simple thing. I literally created miracle with one simple lesson that I learned. Let me share the stories. So many miracles created because of one simple thing. See, for example, we were having the factory for 25 years. We were doing business. And I used to meet lots of customers, lots of suppliers and all. And in those days, Tatas were my customers. So as a supplier, every time I went to any Tata company, we were supplier to quite a few Tata companies. And, one of the philosophy of Tata's is treat all suppliers, customers, or whoso is there in the office as your guests. So if I go and meet somebody at 11 in Tata company, they will give me the lunch coupon if I'm going to be there up to lunch. And they will take me to the company canteen, offer me food, offer me tea, all that is normal. And I thought that I go to many other companies, every company doesn't do that. Only Tata companies were doing those days. I'm telling about some how many years back. This early 90s I'm talking about. It's almost 45 years back. Old story. And I picked up this idea. So whosoever came to my office as a business associate, as a vendor, I started doing the same thing. Everybody should be treated like a family member in a business. And all my suppliers, my friends started liking this thing. Because the love is felt through all these things. The care is felt by the people through all these small, small gestures. Business is business anyway, you will do. But behind the business, there's a person. Are you taking care of that person? And that makes a very big difference to the business. One more story I will share. I used to do vendor finalization for our company. Okay. Final meeting, I'll go to see their setup, see the factory, and then we finalize and make them a registered vendor so that they can supply us the material. So registration of the vendor was an important criteria. So every time I go to somebody's factory where a lot of workers are there, small scale industries, maybe 10, 20, 30 workers will be there. Sometimes 50, 100 workers also will be there. So whenever I visit a factory, I used to take a packet of sweets. Okay, my favorite was kandi peda. 1 kg will be at least able to serve 50, 60 people, or maybe 1 kg of jalebi I will take and go to the factory. Now you see the effect of that small thing. In those days, I never saw anybody doing that. And if I'm visiting a factory as a customer, and the customer is getting the sweets for all the workers in the factory, and I tell them distribute right now, and all the workers know that the sweet is being distributed because a particular customer has come and he is offering that thing. And that built a tremendous goodwill for me, which means all the workers of all my vendors did a wonderful job for me because they like me because I offered them sweets. Now, offering the sweet is such a small thing. Okay. But that gesture that being careful and taking care of the smallest of the worker in the vendor's factory, not your factory. Okay. So you see now the effect of this thing. Every time I went to somebody's factory and the workers had looked, and suddenly there will be a wave of happiness in the factory. All the workers, why? Oh, this man has come. We are going to get some treat today. And I'll remember what I gave last time. I'll offer a new item that time. Literally, thousands of people in the industry fell in love with me with such a small gesture. Now you understand the lesson. The lessons are not just philosophy. The lessons are for implementation. So when you implement such small things, see, offering the compliments, offering the gifts is an art. See, when I travel abroad, the weight and the volume is always a criteria. It's very difficult. Even my literature that I need to carry, the printed material, becomes too much sometimes. So even if I want to carry the gifts for my friends, it's difficult. So I went to a superstore and found what is the simplest, smallest thing in the volume and the weight that I can carry. Okay. And I found there's a one specific soap available, which is very small in volume, square type. Okay. And in the packet, I will get almost 100. And that packet I can easily put in my bag. And I made it a point. So when I'm in front of the group and I show them, see, this is the soap. It's a very special one. And it is a special one. It is made from the pure saffron, which is rare. Nobody makes it. Of course, it's costly. It's made up from the pure saffron. And if you wash your face with that saffron soap, depression goes away. And this is literally true. Huh? This is scientifically proven. That's why So if I find some people who are not very happy and all, then I give that. I said, okay, you just use this soap, wash your face 2 times a day, and depression goes away. And literally, it created the magic. Okay. After some time, people start asking me, have you got that soap? That heals the depression. So I had to keep few pieces always with me so that I don't say no to anybody who asks for it. Okay. See, the point is not the soap or the depression. The point is love in action. And the love in action is always the small gestures. We think, okay, if you offer some very big gift, the person will love. No. That's not possible every time. Okay. And you don't have the time and space and all that, especially when you are traveling to multiple countries with one bag like me. There's no much space in the bag. Okay. The weight and volume and all thing is restricted. It's not that. It's about your attitude of sharing love with people. Let me tell you, many times I have nothing in my bag to share. All the gifts over, and I'm going to another country. Then I feel so little, low. Oh my God, I have nothing to give. But I'm still going, and I'm going to meet the people. There are lots of things you can give when you have nothing. Okay, what you can give? Smile at people. People love it, right? Give them a hug. Amazing. Hugging has a tremendous impact on people. Hug with love, lot of love. See, when you have nothing, can you share your love? Can you smile? Can you hug somebody? Okay. Can you encourage somebody? Can you give some strategic tip to somebody who is in trouble? It doesn't cost you. It's an attitude of how you treat people. Small things like these create miracles, big miracles. Okay. And that's the point. I hope all of you understood. If you have any question, you can put it in chat box. I will clarify, and then we go to the next lesson. Small lessons like this, okay, have created miracles in my life. If you understand and you do, you will also create miracles. Okay. So if your question appears, you can put it in chat box. I'll answer. Right now, I'll share the second lesson with you. Okay. So I hope everybody understood this thing. Treat everybody the way you would like to be treated. Okay. So I was traveling in Malaysia once, and one of my students was reading a book by Maya Angelou. And she just shared this idea with me. Okay. So this went very deep into me. And then I started practicing. This is somewhere around 2010, my first visit to Malaysia. How you make other person feel is the most important aspect of that relationship. This is actually the idea of the author, Maya Angelou, quite popular in Malaysia those days. So how you make other person feel is the most important aspect for that relationship. Now, I had been conducting this relationship workshops and all, and this simple message from an author of a book, and that lady was having that book and just shared this idea with me. And I understood that there is some great depth if practiced properly. So, if somebody comes and asks whether you solve the problem or not, that's a different thing. That will depend on counseling, your training skills, and all. But the first thing is somebody is approaching you. How you make that person feel with your approach, with your attitudes, with your behavior, with your communication. That aspect is something that we all can improve. If you can make that person feel happy, important, useful, and you can give encouragement, suddenly the relationship will click at a much deeper level. So how you make other person feel when you meet first time or second time or third time or any time, how you make the other person feel in a relationship is a very, very important thing. See, being a trainer, being in front of a group of people, okay, I'm talking to the group. But people talk to me personally in the breaks or in between asking the questions and all, and that's perfectly fine. Still, how you make everybody feel comfortable in the group, okay? How you make everybody feel important in the group. There's an art. And if you practice some simple things, suddenly the people fall in love with you. Okay? And the love is experience. I have experienced so much love in my life. Okay. And that's why I'm becoming more and more loving. See, earlier I got trained from a master, Sri Dada Gavan, and we used to call him as a Danda master, master with a stick, bamboo, hit hard. But this small lesson that I learned from world over, small things like this, over the period of years, you see, I'm less of a Danda master now, almost gone. I don't have a stick in my hand, not even in my being, it's just gone, disappeared. Okay. And I've started operating from love. And let me tell you, the effectiveness of my talks, the effectiveness of my training, the effectiveness of my counseling has gone multifold. You know why? Because I have learned to operate from love and I know how to treat a person and make the other person feel important, and that's how the relationship improves. I appreciate good things of life more and more. I appreciate love more and more. I receive appreciation gracefully. I give appreciation gracefully. And I'm in the flow of abundance of love. So the love is coming to me from all the direction and I'm so much saturated. And then that's how I'm able to share love with you. It's such a simple thing of life. I don't understand why people are building barriers and barriers around them for receiving love. Okay. So if you want to be like that, first is remove the barriers. How do you remove the barriers? Never ever criticize love. Let me tell you, traditionally, people are criticizing love. If your son comes and tells you, Mama, I fell in love with a girl in the school today, appreciate, very nice. Love is a good thing. It's natural. And you must learn to appreciate because your boy felt in love with a girl. These days, the troubles are there. People are coming to me counseling. Boys are falling in love with the boys. Then, as a mother, you will be really in trouble. Do you know that? It's happening big way, world over. So, as a mother, you must learn to appreciate your son. Oh, great son, you fell in love with a girl. Ah, yeah, 50% problem solved. If he falls in love with a boy, you'll have. Love is something to be appreciated. A normal, traditional Indian mother, what will be the response? Old style mother? I will not talk about it. You know, what is the traditional approach to this thing? If your daughter comes and tells you, okay, I fell in love with one of my colleagues in the office, what will be your response? I'm telling you, it's not a philosophy. What will be your response? Your child falling in love with somebody. Are you able to appreciate love? Honestly, genuinely. Which means what? We are not talking about the philosophy. We are talking about the behavioral therapy. What has entered into our behavior? How do we really behave in a proper manner? Okay. Do we really appreciate love? Or is it just a philosophy or a lip service? Just for the matter of talking. If it is just a matter of talking, it will not enter your being. Only when you practice repeatedly, day in, day out, for years together, then that enters into your being. It's not that easy. So you should be very clear about what you are appreciating, what you want, what is your higher value. So be very clear about it. Okay? And don't criticize those things. Learn to appreciate. Okay? So if your son says, I fell in love with a girl, oh, that's great. Invite her home for dinner. That should be the right approach. I would love to see. Your choice must be great. You're such a wonderful boy. You must would have chosen. Okay. Suddenly, the boy will develop so much of confidence and respect for the mother. Right response. If your daughter says, I fell in love with a colleague in the office, oh, that's great. You are 25. That's the right age. Invite your boyfriend for the dinner at our home. You would like to meet. That's the right approach. And your children will fall in love with you more, appreciate you more because you are in favor of love. Okay. And if you criticize, what is this nonsense? Is this your age to fall in love? We'll get you married, arranged marriage. Okay. Maybe your children will run away from you. That's why many children run away from home. Children are feeling disconnected emotionally from the parents. Let me share something from my experience. Along with my electronic business, I also learned counseling long back. Immediately after college, I started attending these counseling classes and Eastern wisdom and lots of things I started learning. So I'm doing couple counseling for almost 35 years now, more than 35 years. And more than 15,000 couples I have counseled worldwide, which also includes many LGBTQ community couples. Okay. Not necessarily men and women. All sorts of couples I have counseled. So 95% cases from 15,000 people. That's my record. Okay. I record everything in my own ways. 95% ladies in couple counseling have talked to me that my husband does not connect to me emotionally. I don't feel emotional connection with my husband. 95% ladies have complained to me this during the counseling. Okay. And normally, husband and I will come together for the counseling, and I look at the husband. Husband says, no, I very much connect and I have no issue. The wife feels that he is not connected. Our wife doesn't feel that husband is feeling connected emotionally. Husband has no issue. Okay. Why this is so? And 95%. See, it's not a small number. If that would have been 5%, I wouldn't have talked to you. Maybe it's a personal issue. 95% women feeling emotionally not connected with husband. Married, legally married husband, after having 2, 3 children also, still they complain. I'm not feeling emotionally connected. Okay. And they don't feel necessary to connect emotionally to produce children. Children will be produced anyway. That's a different matter. But not feeling emotionally connected is a big issue. You know why? Basic. Come back to basics. What are the lessons we learned? The lesson of love. See how a husband listens. I'll show you. Husband is busy with the mobile. He's looking at the mobile. Okay. And tell the wife, yeah, tell me what is it? And then he's reading the messages. Now, how does the wife feel? Wife feels that mobile is more important than me. And my husband is actually not listening. Husband is great, champion at multitasking. It doesn't work with your wife. Okay. Today morning, I posted one small visual that I made. Every day morning, I feel the energy of the day and post a visual. So today I created, don't take your life and your wife for granted. That was the suvichar. That was the message for the day. Don't take your life and wife for granted. Somebody has it. Priti, can you post it on Thursday Satsang group? I don't know if it's there or not, but I did post on one or two groups. Okay, so people will get that visual. It's for the Thursday only. I specially created for the Thursday. So how not to take your wife for granted? I feel very happy, when I see couples sitting in the same window online. Okay, thank you, Ramdas Lalita. Thank you, Sumit and Chetna, for being there. I really feel inspired. So, see how to do that. First thing, if you are talking to your spouse, okay, so no gender bias. The wife also has to do the same thing. If you are talking to your spouse, keep your mobile away. Preferably, don't take your mobile to the bedroom. See how to create emotional connections. Hold the hand in your hand, look into the eyes, and then say, yes, now tell me. And give loving attention with your eyes. You know how to give loving attention with your eyes? Just like this. I'm telling you, I taught this thing to few husbands. They tried, and wife melted so much she forgot everything. Said, no, now I don't want to tell you anything. 1,000 complaints were there. The moment husband just hold the hand, looks into the eyes, and gives a loving attention, you know what happened? All the complaints disappear. And for 5 minutes, wife is not able to talk anything. You know why? Now she is connected. The whole problem was disconnection. The moment you connect, there's no issue actually. The only issue is you are feeling disconnected. That's the issue. Most of the male members world over, this is not an Indian phenomenon. Most of the male members world over need training on how to connect emotionally with your wife. How many wives agree? Just raise your hand so that I understand I'm not talking wrong things. See, most of the ladies are raising hand. सच बोल रहा हूं ना, माता है सभी, बराबर सच बोल रहा हूं ना. ये दुनिया भर का प्रॉब्लम है. 95% people world over feeling, oh, I thought USA is a very developed country. USA, same issue. In fact, more than India. There, people talk very superficial. Recently, I was training a man on how to create emotional connection with your wife. So I said, when you come from your office, okay, sit down for 5 minutes and talk to your wife about anything. Talk to your wife. The next day, the wife called me up and complained, Guruji, what did you teach my husband? I said, what happened? My husband came last night little late from office. He said, sit down. So I was sitting there. And he talked about the share market. He said, the silver will crash and she will say the gold will go up and all sorts of things which I'm not even feeling concerned. See, what kind of this talking? See, habitually, I told husband, talk something nice with the wife. He had no idea about what to talk. He's talking about share market and the gold market because that's what the business is into. He doesn't know how to talk anything else other than the business aspect. This is the issue with the male members. How to talk sweetly to your wife for 5 minutes. Okay. Anybody want to start the institute, international institute? I think there's a huge market for this. Yes, most of the male members need training on this. Connecting deeply at the being level is what people find difficult. They remain superficial. Most of the communication also that we do is superficial. Oh, the day is so sunny, the environment is so good. Why do you need to talk about environment? Tell me. If it is good, it's good. Maybe it comes as the etiquettes and manners in certain cultures. I'm not against that. But then go a little deeper, no? Connect to human beings as a human level. Why is it that human beings are not able to connect at the human level? That's the issue. All of you getting this thing? So my question remains. Why human beings are not able to connect to another human being at human level? See, as a trainer, I associate with a lot of HRD people. Normally, I'm associated with them because they are the people who invite me for the corporate trainings. So, human resource development manager is my friend. Normally, in the company, he invites me for the corporate training. HRD manager, human resource. Now, you see this wording, typical corporate culture. Human is a resource. When you treat it as a resource, do you connect at a human level? I wonder. Yes, Usha, women can also do. That's what I said. There's no gender bias. Either way, it is true. So, treating human beings as human beings and connecting human beings at the human level is an art that all human beings need to learn on the planet Earth. Without this, liberation is not possible. That's why I'm talking about this thing. See, why we are incarnated, we are all incarnated, which means what? We were there in the other dimension, higher dimension, visual dimension. From there, we have come down. That process of coming down is called incarnation. So everybody is incarnated into the body. Some people say, no, only the avatars and mahavatars incarnate. No, everybody incarnates. That's why in your mobile also there's avatar. You can create your avatar. Everybody is avatar in a way. In Marathi, the avatar has a different meaning, and the mobile, the avatar has a different meaning, and the Sanskrit, the avatar has a different meaning. क्या अवतार है ना? मराठी में पूछे बोलेंगे तो that has a different meaning. Okay. But avatar means incarnation, coming down. All of us, we are avatar in a way. Avataran means coming down. That's the original Sanskrit word. We have come down in the body. For what? For human experiences. Now, if you don't have human experiences and you die, anybody can die any moment. Your journey is incomplete. What will happen? Again, you will incarnate. That is called by Shankara, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jathare Sen, Bhajagovindam, 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 Mudamate. In that bhajan, in that Shankara says this, you are repeatedly born again and again, you are addicted to the body. You know why? Because you have been given the human body for experiencing human love, human emotions. Are you available to that? Are you experiencing it? Are you connecting to human beings at the human level? How many human experiences in a day are you having? Or is it just a mechanical relationship with people around? Like you have a relationship with your mobile. Okay. So also your relationship with your brother, your sister, your spouse. What's the difference? Relationships are becoming mechanical these days because people are not able to connect at a human level. That's why these lessons are important. How you make other person feel, that's a very human nature, my dear friends. Every human beings want that. So Maya Angelou, when she wrote that statement, I'm sure, a very sensitive author, must be thinking about this human aspect. All of us we know, but how many times do we practice it, my dear friends? Lessons are not the philosophy. Lessons are for practicing. How do we make other person feel? That's a big lesson that we need to learn and implement. So make the other person feel important. Suddenly the relationship will change in a big way. Okay, let me come back to the lesson. So what is the lesson? How you make other person feel is the most important aspect of that relationship. Okay, and it's in your head. How you make other person feel when you connect. Okay. How you would like to feel in the relationship. Use the same. Use the first lesson with the second lesson. So how the other person makes you feel. If you love certain aspect, then adopt that. And then make other person feel the most important aspect for that relationship. It starts working. All right. Okay. Lesson number 3. If you have any question on lesson number 2, you can punch it in chat box. I'll answer. Lesson number 3. Keep your friendship above name, fame, money, power, position, which are transient, and your friends will remain by your side. Friendship. We have heard lessons of love, now lessons of friendship. See, being an industrialist, I used to meet lots of bureaucrats, commissioners level people, and very important people. In my lifetime, I have counseled more than 100 commissioners in India, different types of commissioners, central excise commissioner, income tax commissioner, police commissioner, we have GST, sales tax commissioner, or service tax commissioner those days. Lots of commissioners are my clients and I counsel them, okay, many times. What I found, and this is like a scientifically proven again. My own data proves this thing, and it is scientifically proved by other scientists also. See, a man who is in a very high position in government department and anywhere in the world, this is true. People are respecting that man because of the chair that he is occupying. Chair means the position that he is occupying in the government or the machinery of the government, called bureaucracy. So commissioner is a very important person. We may say attorney general or something like that, whatever the parallel, the highest, the head of the department in any government department. So there are a lot of people, in India, the politicians and the bureaucrats and a lot of people around them, lots of vehicles available, and they put that small special, light on their vehicle also, which is now removed. Thank God it's removed. It was there in those days. And they can bypass the signal also. The traffic police will be there to, stop other vehicles and let them go fast. All sorts of practices for them. And so much of importance has been given to them. I'm not against that. Okay? That's tradition. That's part of the bureaucracy. Now, what is the lesson? Let me come to the lesson. When they retire, okay, and they are walking on the road or they are driving their car and they miss all that. Now, nobody asks them. Okay. Even the people who know whom they knew early, now not coming to them. Why? Because he's not in that chair. He's not useful. Now they're going to somebody else who is the commissioner, right? There are for the issues, for the problems. And suddenly, this fellow who was having 1,000 people around, saluting every day, suddenly nobody even talks about him. So he feels totally useless, discarded. And the aging happens, I have seen in 2, 3, 4 years time, the aging is like 20, 30, 40 years. 1 year is equivalent to 10 years. And the person dies 3, 4 years after that person dies. Why? He feels he's utterly useless. Such an important person. Everybody was saluting. Suddenly has become useless. Why? One mistake. And that mistake is that lesson. That person never built nice, healthy relationship with the friends. Those friends who don't connect to the person just because of the power, position, money that he has. A real friend is a friend beyond all those things. Does not matter whether you have the money or the power or the position or you are in the chair or not. Good friends remain good friends irrespective of all these things. All of you understood this thing? Now I will tell you the modern version of this lesson. This is the older version of the lesson. This is what I experienced. Now I will tell you for our youngsters, for our children, the modern version of this lesson is most of the people these days are running after how to get more likes for your posting on the Instagram, WhatsApp, how to get more likes for your videos on the YouTube. And people are crazy about it. Rahu effect. It's Rahu that controls the social media. Okay. In astrology, we see Rahu for social media effects. So, one lady prepared a nice dish for the husband, and husband was little delayed because of the traffic. So she just clicked the picture and posted on the Facebook. And husband was stuck in the traffic jam. By the time husband reached home and was available on the dining table to have his dinner, more than 150 likes were there on that dish. And wife was feeling very happy that dish is appreciated by 150 people, and husband has not yet seen the Facebook posting and he has not even tested the dish. So he's sitting on the dining table now and he's about to test and he says, oh, there's something wrong. Maybe you've forgotten the salt. No, wife says, something wrong. You see, 150 people have liked this dish. How can you say? But those 150 people saw the picture of that dish. They have not tested the dish. There's no salt in that dish. Okay. People think the social media is a true thing. Now suppose one person died. So some friend posted the person has died. You know what people do? On social media, they write RIP. That's all. 3 letters. It's the simplest thing. Rest in peace. None of those 5,000 people who are your friends on the Facebook will come. Anyway, you died, so you don't care. But if you are in a hospital, if you need help, will any of those people come? If you got your leg injured, and the hospital people, they tie up their leg and your leg is high up and then tied, and you post a picture on the Facebook with your leg up with all this bandage and all. You know what will your friend says? TC. What is TC? Take care. That's all. Shortcuts. They don't even write take care. They say TC. RIP. These are the shortcuts on the people use this on the comments. And you feel that those are all your friends. And you give so much of importance to the how many likes you got and how many comments you got and all. None of those fellows will come to meet you in the hospital. You know who will be there by your side? Only your family members, probably whom you don't give much time or much importance. At the most, one or two really genuinely good friends who care for you. They will come to meet you. So, the reality of life. What are you respecting? Whom are you respecting? Whom are you giving time? Whom are you giving your loving attention? Are you into Rahu effect? The false hits and the likes and the whatever those things are there on the social media? Or do you have genuinely good friends? Friends who stay with you irrespective of how much bank balance you have, what position you are into in government or no position, even if you are retired. Whether you have the name and fame or no, it doesn't matter. The real good friends will remain with you. And that's the point. So instead of going for this social media things, go for some genuinely good friends whom you can talk anything and everything. They are like a good counselors. You can vent out your feeling. You will feel nice. And they don't judge you. Those are the real good friends. Somehow in the modern world, I see what was so very easy for us in the childhood, for our children, it's not that easy. Why? They are more having cyber friends and not the true friends. The true friends will be always. I remember in my childhood, I will go to any of my friends' home. There were no phone calls and all. There was nothing like that, that you call up that I'm coming. Okay. These days, in USA, now it started in India also. ETA 20 minutes. That message will also come. What is ETA? Estimated time of arrival. So we are reaching in 20 minutes. Then ETA 5 minutes. We are on the signal traffic. Okay, we are coming to you. In my childhood, I didn't have any ETA. Okay, because there was nothing of that sort. There were no mobiles and there were not even normal calls were also not there. I'll go to my friend's home anytime, have lunch, dinner, okay, stay with them and then come back. And my friend will come walking with me to drop to my home and then he will have lunch or dinner at my home also. That was the friendship in early childhood. All that is gone. It's becoming too superficial, too artificial. And that human touch is going away even from the friendship. Okay. So what I'm talking about is all the lessons are the human lessons. Why? We are incarnated into the human body. We are here to experience human aspect of the life. Love is very human. Friendship is very human. Appreciation is very human. Anything that is human has to be appreciated and given importance. Why? For only one reason. You can't get liberated without that. We are spiritual beings having human experiences in this body. Your spirit will not grow. Your spirit will not evolve unless you have human experiences in your body. All of you understand this thing? We are all spiritual beings having human experiences, and we are here to have those human experiences. That's why connection with the human beings, appreciating the humanness, appreciating the human connections, appreciating the human values are so very important for all of us. All right, my dear friends, thank you very much. That completes the session. We'll continue. There are a lot more lessons, okay? Don't worry. Any sentence is kind of an excuse for me to share my love with you, to share my joy with you. Okay. Let me tell you one last lesson which is not there in my presentation, something that comes extempore. There are lots of such lessons, okay? Everything is not in the presentation. See, there are 3 people. You cut a lemon and give half to in the hand of one person. Cut an orange and give another one half to the another person. Cut a sweet lime, give it to one person. And all of them you tell, okay, now make a juice of it. So which juice will come out? Person who is having lemon, the lemon juice will come out. The person who is having orange, the orange juice will come out. Okay. Which means what? Listen carefully, the lesson. When life squeezes you, what will come out? Whatever you have inside will come out. If you are having suppressed anger, the anger will come out. If you are having hatred, the hatred will come out. If you are having the envy will come out. But if you are full of love and the life squeezes you, love will come out. Whatever is there inside will come out when you experience the squeeze of life. Everybody understood? So look deeply within. What is there inside you? Only that will come out. That's the most important thing. So what is it that you are absorbing every day? See, last few days, in the presence of Yogiraj Amarjyoti ji in the ashram, we had this camp, Kriya Yoga camp. So I went one day ahead and stayed 2 more days extra. At least 5 days we were together. I was absorbing, soaking myself into the love of the great master. Whatever I absorb will come out. So what are you absorbing, my dear friends? That's a very important thing. So the last thing that I would like to share you is, see, love-based emotions, fear-based emotions. Okay? All negative emotions, we give one title as a fear. They are called fear-based emotions. All positive emotions, we give love-based emotions. So love and fear. Love and fear, or you can say 2 wild dogs are there inside you. The 2 wild dogs are there inside every human being. So you can say the black dog as a representation of the negative emotions and the white dog as the representation of the positive emotions, the love-based emotions. So disciple asked the master, which dog will win? So there's a fight within you. Which dog will win? The master says, the one to whom you are feeding to. You are feeding the dog in your being every day. Whom are you feeding? Which means what? Are you feeding the positive emotions to you, or are you feeding the negative emotions to you? Are you associating yourself with the negative emotions, or you are associating yourself with the positive emotions? What is it that you are feeding inside your being? What is it that you are absorbing? Okay. Whatever is there inside will come out. If you have understood this, and if you start practicing, 100% guaranteed your life will change. Just 3 lessons I've shared. Each lesson, when understood and practiced, my life changed. That's why I'm giving you 100% guarantee. I'm practicing these things for almost 40 years now. My life has changed. And I have learned the same lesson at a greater depth every day. Every situation gives me the depth of understanding of the life lessons. They're not just mere words. Every situation, every opportunity, every relationship, I understand simple lessons of life, but at a much greater depth. Why? That's how it is. All of you getting it? Start practicing these small things and tell me next time when we meet whether your life has transformed or not. We think that some big philosophical things will change. No, my dear friend, these are the small things of life that actually transform the life. It's very important. So don't discard the small lessons of life. They are not small lessons, they are the big lesson that actually transform the life. All right. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Guruji.
Thank you.
Om Bala.